Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Ministry of Transport and Communication inaugurates Al-Batana Expressway project. His Excellency, the Chairman of Public Authority for Radio and Television, stresses on the deep-rooted history of Oman and the strong and stable principles of the Omanis. The Public Authority for Radio and Television reveals its Ramadan program plan in a press conference. And an agreement is signed to build the largest artificial coral reefs farm on the Middle East level. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The Ministry of Transport and Communication inaugurated today the traffic movement on Al-Batana Expressway project. The road is considered the biggest project in the Sultanate's history and one of the contemporary strategic projects implemented by the ministry. The road starts from the end of Muscat Express Road in Helban in the Governorate of Muscat and ends in Khatmat Milaha in the Wilaya of Shinas in the Governorate of North Al-Batana, stretching for about 270 kilometers. The road is implemented according to high international standards and includes 4 lanes in each direction and 23 traffic exits and 17 flyovers. His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Futaisi, Minister of Transport and Communication, stated that a number of big projects are to be implemented along the Batana Expressway project in aspects related to economy, logistics, technology, education, and health. He added that the expressway is considered a new addition that will enhance the social and economic aspects in the governorate, as it is the biggest road project in the Sultanate. He further added that the road will also contribute in providing investment opportunities and activating tourism and commercial movements. The Board of Directors of the National Records and Archive Authority, NRAA, in its meeting reviewed the approaches and future plans. The board also approved the authority's budget for the year 2018 and it also discussed the implementation of the work plan for the authority's activities and programs for this year. It also focused on the project of data center affiliated to NRAA as to take proper decisions to forward it to the bodies concerned to get the financial approved for its establishment. The meeting was chaired by His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Said. His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser Al Harrasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television, stressed that Oman has a deep-rooted history and the Omanis were present in all periods of the past with strong and stable principles. He added that the Omani history is a glorious one and it cannot be distorted. He also talked about the role of Omanis in spreading Islam all over the world. He further mentioned that the Omani role during the Portuguese invasions of the Gulf region, Indian Ocean, and east coast of Africa. Finally, His Excellency revealed that the authority is working on a history program called An-Nawras wan-Nusur, which is centered around the history and civilization of Oman during the era of Sayyid Said bin Sultan. The Public Authority for Radio and Television revealed during the press conference its Ramadan program plan, which contains a variety of religious and cultural shows that focus on the Omani identity and at the same time appealing to various audiences who are watching and listening to Omani TV and radio channels. Among these shows, the audience will watch a local drama show under the title The Neighborhood of Friends and the Castle Quiz Show, which is the audience can participate in it. Oman Live Channel will broadcast a talent show under the title Ta'ir al-Mahki, which aims at discovering a local talents in Oman. Social media users in Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram will have the chance to participate in Ramadan quiz. Still to come on News Bulletin. The 5th International Exhibition for Plastic, Rubber, Petrochemicals and Packaging Industries shed light on modern technologies and products in this field. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. Iran said today that its reaction to a possible pullout of the U.S. from a 2015 landmark nuclear deal will be unimaginable and painful. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Bahram Ghassemi told reporters at a news briefing that the U.S. President Trump would regret his decision if he chooses to move away from the deal. World opinion about the United States will dramatically change and will get worse. Trump is expected to make a decision on May 12th on whether he will pull out America of the landmark deal between Iran and world powers, which he has frequently called a bad deal. Earlier, Iran's President Hassan Rouhani said his country would be willing not to abandon the nuclear deal even if the U.S. pulls out, providing the European Union offers guarantees that Iran would keep benefiting from the accord. Tunisian President Beji Qaed al-Sibsi voted on the first municipal elections in the country since 2011. Revolution polling stations opened their doors to consolidate the democratic path in a country that survived the repercussions of the Arab Spring. But the elections are being held in a difficult economic and political situation. It is expected that a new generation of young politicians will emerge who will lead the lists for the running of the first free and independent municipal councils. Observers expect to register a large abstention from voting despite the high hopes of the revolution, precisely because of the failure of those who took power after the revolution, with the inflation rate reaching 8% for the first time. A Spanish nonprofit dedicated to helping migrants at sea yesterday rescued 105 migrants in the Mediterranean north of Libya. Proactive Open Arms found that the migrants drifting at sea in a motorless rubber boat. The migrants say the human smugglers sailing in a separate boat removed their boat's engine halfway through the dangerous Mediterranean crossing and lived. Among those rescued were 8 women and 6 children. 54 migrants originated from Bangladesh, 19 from Morocco, and 12 from Egypt. There were also migrants from Nigeria, Pakistan, Sudan, Eritrea, Senegal, Libya, and Ghana. Favorable weather appears to have sparked the surge in sea crossings. The UN said that 615 migrants have died crossing the Mediterranean so far this year. A total of 22,439 migrants have reached European shores, with 4,409 arriving in Spain through the first 4 months of 2018. A retired Wisconsin prison guard has eaten his 13,000th Big Mac nearly 46 years after eating his first 64-year-old Don Gorsk of Fond du Lac recorded at the milestone of local McDonald's on Friday. Gorsk said that he has eaten at least 1 Big Mac almost every day since May 17, 1972. He has kept most of the boxes for receipts, or he has made specific notes on calendars that he has kept. Guinness World Records has recognized Gorsk for the most Big Macs consumed since 2016, when his tally was 28,782. Gorsk said his cholesterol and blood pressure are surprisingly normal. Back to some more local news. Office of Future Vision Oman 2040 concluded the Works of All Oman initiative, which toured various governorates of the Sultanate. The initiative comes to embody the role of local communities in drafting the National Plan 2040 through contributing with their ideas, suggestions, and aspirations for a promising future of the Sultanate. The initiative addressed three main pillars, namely man and society, economy and development, and governance and institutional performance, in addition to issuing relating to them, with the participation of civil society members of the Muscat Governorate. To celebrate the sports achievements of Omani youth in various governorates and sports events in regional and international levels, His Excellency Dr. Abdelmenem bin Mansour Al-Hsani honored the winners of Injazatuna Award for Achievement and Youth Excellence. The ceremony included a number of events along with a visual presentation on the award and its details. The award in its third edition achieved a number of goals in various levels and fields. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth signed an agreement with Hayuju Group to build the largest artificial coral reefs farm in the Middle East. The farm will be built in the Wilaya of Suwaiq at a cost of 2.6 million Omani riyals. This project is considered one of the vital projects in North Al-Batina Governorate, which aims to strengthen fish stocks and biodiversity in the governorate through providing a suitable environment for breeding and feeding of marine organisms. It is worth mentioning that the length of the farm is about 20 kilometers in length and 7 kilometers depth and 15 to 13 meters deep. The Ministry of Health, represented by the Women and Child Health Department, launched today the National Campaign for Hereditary Blood Diseases Detection under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Saidi, Minister of Health, which in the presence of a number of their excellencies, the undersecretaries and senior officials. More details in the following report by Abdullah bin Ahmed Al-Rubai.
The launching of the National Campaign for Hereditary Blood Disease Detection came as a result of the untiring efforts taken to promote the detection program for the hereditary blood diseases in all the Sultanate health institutions, particularly the primary healthcare institutions, with the aim of preventing the prevalence of hereditary blood disease detection among the Omani community and to reduce the rates of child mortality due to these diseases.
Hereditary blood disorders are very common in Oman. We think that about 60% of the Omani population are affected by one gene disorder or the other for hereditary blood disorder, including sickle cell anemia and thalassemia. And today we are launching an early detection program, which we think is a crucial step to reduce the prevalence of these diseases and also cut the suffering of Omani people from these disorders. We are aiming to concentrate on school children before they leave school, as they are the most appropriate target to detect this disorder and also give them the appropriate counseling before they take their steps to get married and so on.
Despite the development of the health system in the Sultanate, the percentage of children born with genetic diseases and congenital malformations is still very high at 7%. The percentage of people with sickle cell anemia is 0.3% and those with thalassemia 0.08%. The current numbers in the Sultanate are estimated to be 6,000 with sickle cell anemia and 2,000 with thalassemia.
Today we are witnessing a huge and very important and crucial event launching for the early pre-marital screening for the genetic blood disorders. It's a very important event, and as we know that the increased incidence of heritable blood disorders in Oman among Omani population, and the main aim is to target the young population and the whole community to educate them.
As a result, the Minister of Health has adopted the pre-marital examination and genetic counseling program as one of the preventive measures that limit the spread of genetic diseases. This program is included in the Minister of Health's 7th, 8th and 9th 5-year plans. Minister of Health seeks, in collaborations with the Minister of Education, to expand the HBD medical checkups intended for individuals entering marriage to include further 11th grade students in the Sultanate schools. Students shall be examined at the primary healthcare institutions in coordinations with the school's administrations, making sure that the students must carry out checkups before moving to the 12th grade.
The Industrial Innovation Center organized a seminar in the Governorate of Muscat to discuss the means of development of outcomes of the fisheries sector, as well as finding other high-quality industries. It also reviewed the promising investment opportunities in fisheries sector and the possibility to establish small and medium-sized enterprises for investment in this field. The experts participating in the seminar presented visual shows on global practices in the field of fish processing. In cooperation between Ministry of Education, the Omani Authority for Partnership for Development, and the British Rolls-Royce, Ministry of Education launched STEM Oman, which aims at improving teaching skills for teachers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in interactive setting. The STEM Oman program focuses on introducing knowledge to students in a practical and engaging atmosphere by applying science through projects and experimenting and simplifying complex technical concepts. At the end of the current program, 12 teachers will become qualified STEM instructors for the coming STEM programs in Oman. The 5th Oman Plus 2018 exhibition started its activities in Muscat. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
The 5th Oman Plus 2018 is an exclusive international plastics, rubber, petrochemicals, printing and packaging industry exhibition.
The exhibition, of course, is a way of promoting the plastic industry. I think it's setting up for Liwa Plastic coming on stream in 2020 with feedstock that is more than capable to feed the local industry. There is still some sort of misunderstanding or ignorance with regards to the volume and the size of the plastic industry. And we hope that exhibitions like this one will actually promote it and make people understand that plastic industry is a huge market.
This exhibition displays and demonstrates the products and services pertaining to this industry to the fast developing market of the Sultanate of Oman and the GCC countries.
The importance of this forum is really to provide the opportunity for the small and medium enterprises and also the other investors to look at the opportunities that are provided in Oman, especially now with the completion of the Liwa plastic complex in 2020. ORPIC is working with the various government entities to increase and improve the capabilities within Oman and promote the opportunities that are available to use the products that are going to come out of the Liwa plastic complex.
In addition, it encourages developing trade links between Oman and the rest of the world. The 3-day event plays an important role in developing the economy of the region. It will showcase the latest technologies and machinery necessary for the manufacturing of plastic and petrochemicals. This show will bring together the professionals from these sectors and offer them a platform to communicate and establish good relationship with their prospective counterparts and end users. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
For the second consecutive year, Research Council organized Omani's Falling Walls Lab Competition for 2018 in cooperation with Falling Walls Foundation in Berlin and a number of private sector establishments. The competition aims to review ideas, innovations, and capabilities of the next generation of researchers from various specializations in the Sultanate. Around 20 participants reviewed their innovative ideas before a referee committee. A number of Omani researchers and owners of small and medium-sized enterprises took part in the event. At the end of the competition, winners were announced, and the ceremony was presided over by Her Highness Sayyida Dr. Muna bint Fahd Al Saeed, Assistant Vice Chancellor for External Cooperation. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorates of South Sharqiya, Dhofar, and Al Wusta. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate, and seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Ministry of Transport and Communication inaugurates Al Batna Expressway project. His Excellency, the Chairman of Public Authority for Radio and Television, stresses on the deep-rooted history of Oman and the strong and stable principles of the Omanis. The Public Authority for Radio and Television reveals its Ramadan program plan in a press conference. And an agreement is signed to build the largest artificial coral reefs farm on the Middle East level. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and have a lovely evening.